All right, good morning, agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here at Alta Realty Group. And today we are going to go through a complete business planning for the year 2025. We got to hit the year running, and we have to have a plan in place in order to execute and to hit our goals in 2025. So this is a very important webinar, very important for all of us to think in these terms and not just pretend like real estate is just like a side thing. This is something that you really need to concentrate on. You have to have a plan, and so very important stuff. So before we get into today's presentation, I'm going to bring Bill Seitz, corporate broker for Alta, on the line. Good morning, Bill. How are you doing today?
Good. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's a beautiful day down here in Southern California, and yeah, it's hard to believe we are in the final days of 2024.
I cannot believe that. Yep, we're heading into 2025. That's just blows my mind.
Well,
where'd the year?
Go ahead.
I said, where'd the year go?
Oh man. Well, if you're like me, you've done no Christmas shopping. I'm the guy that does it in the last probably 48 hours, but in that, I feel like I at least avoid a little bit of the chaos. This year, with Thanksgiving being so late, I think most of us are probably in that boat because, Thanksgiving being the last couple of days of November was like, whoa, we're already 5, 6 days, 7 days away from Christmas Eve. So you're quick.
For sure.
So yeah, let's get going. Yesterday we sent out the Broker Tuesday tip, and it was just more of a reinforcement of the things that we've been talking about over the last, I think, 3, 4, 5 months now. I think everyone's done a great job of adjusting to these new ways of doing business and expectations that are expected of us. But the link that was sent yesterday is directly from the California DRE. Some of you may have gotten that email as well. I don't know if they are blasting you guys like they do me with broker stuff, but that link is good just to listen to. It's very short. It's only, I think it's not even 3 minutes, but it literally says almost exactly what we've been talking about as a company and best practices and what's coming in 2025 with the new law. So it's a good little watch. So I encourage you guys to do that. And aside from that, I just want to remind everybody the importance of the AVID. We have done this as well in the past. And if you're a newer agent, maybe you didn't see the broker tip, but the AVID is such an important document, disclosure as an agent. And I do see a number of times where file review is getting completed and you're getting to the finish line, and the AVID's kind of that last trailing major document. And the agent visual inspection disclosure is probably, aside from the TDS, which is the most important seller disclosure, is probably the most important thing that you can do as an agent to protect yourself and be shown as a competent licensee in our field. And I just want everyone to understand that the AVID is not something that we just get to kind of, kick to the curb and think it's an unnecessary document. It is a required document. And for me, I like to do it right away. So if I'm listing a property or know that I'm going to get this contract, I get the listing agreement signed. Usually what I like to do, everyone does things differently, but I like to go and tour the property with the seller, go through, exterior and interior, obviously, note things. I'm looking at everything from exterior eaves to any wood rot to any termite damage, exterior, any cracks, inside you're looking at, all things that you can note as an agent. And all those things should be put into the AVID. You're not trying to kill your transaction, but if anything comes back to bite you, you're going to be, you're not, when you get in front of the the mediator or get in front of somebody who's going to make a decision, and they can look at this blank avid or no avid because it closed and it was never completed, we're all going to look like a bunch of rookies. And so I just want to remind everybody, avid is very, very important. Get it done early. Just get it out of the way. There's no reason why that piece, if you're a listing agent, is not done straight away. So that's my little pet peeve of the morning here.
No, really important. So thank you for that, Bill. And then let's bring on Raquel Bauer from Legacy Escrow. Raquel is our in-house escrow expert. So let me bring on Raquel. Let me find her. Okay. Good morning, Raquel. How are you today? And you may need to unmute yourself, but you should be able to speak. Well, looks like Raquel's having a little problems with her microphone here. So let's go to Debbie first. Good morning, Debbie. How you doing today?
Good morning. Pretty soon we're going to say, see you next year.
Oh, big time. That's right. That's way too soon. Yeah, so good morning,
And
Debbie.
so,
Yes.
good morning.
What's happening
my,
today? Yeah, what's happening today in mortgage land out there?
Oh my gosh. Well, there's always so much to talk about because we run into things that I think are very, very important to, for the realtors to know. And because, you know what, I have heard in the past, in my 30 years of doing loans, that, from realtors, that they have turned down clients because of different aspects. The client says, oh, I already talked to another loan officer and they said that I couldn't qualify, or that I could only qualify up to, such and such. And then the client comes to me, and I may or may not know this, and I'll say, okay, you're pre-approved to this. And they're like, well, how come the other loan officer said I'm only approved to this, or I'm not approved at all? And I go, I don't know, you have to ask them. But one of the big things also that keep people, that are holding people back. And let me just tell you right now, this is kind of big. Like this year, people spent money. Their credit cards went up. And one of the biggest things, one day I'll talk about credit scores and what makes credit scores better. Some things will surprise you, but one of the things that makes credit scores lower is maxing out credit cards. And this is in addition to other things that could be going on somebody's credit report. But really right now, it is huge because I'm getting clients coming to me for lines of credit, for cash out refis, because they got their credit cards maxed. They got in a lot of debt, and now their credit score is low. So there are remedies for this. Okay. And this helps realtors in a lot of ways, because sometimes people will kind of hold back from listing their home knowing they have to buy another home and they know their credit score is low. What are they going to do? Well, we can help them. We have lines of credit, we have fixed seconds, and guess what? We even have hard money seconds. That is huge. Let's say they have a, really 500 credit score, but they have equity in their home. They just need to get cash and they could pay off all that debt. That's just, and then their credit score goes up and now they're a really good client for you to sell their home, and they could purchase another home and still have a great credit score. So I want to just throw it out there that we have seconds. And I even had a gentleman come to me. He says, oh, my credit score is probably about 580 to 600. Some of our lines of credit lenders will require a minimum score of 640-ish. So in his case, he can still get that cash out, maybe buy a cash out refi. So we could refinance his existing first, get extra cash out, make a whole new loan, pay off all that debt. His credit score goes up. Now he's in a whole different position to do a lot of things. Maybe he can get cash out too, or a line of credit. Because I have another one. They're getting 500,000 second line of credit on their home because they have a lot of equity now. A lot of people have a lot of equity now to buy another property. That's a client for you too. So please think about giving me a call to get ideas on how you can help that client when you hear them say, I don't think I could do it right now because of blah, blah, blah. So, and as far as interest rates, Kevin just pulled up the 10-year treasury note. It's preferable that it's under 4%. Okay, we all love that. We'll love that. But I think that's going to be coming. Keep in mind and watch this 10-year treasury, because at 4.3, rates have kind of maintained the same. I'm talking about 30-year fixed rates. All right. But some of our lenders, like one of them, they're running a special right now. If that client has over a 720 credit score, I just got somebody a 5.75% rate. So definitely let's talk. I mean, the ideas that we can give you to help you make money is insane. It's just unbelievable, incredible. And Kevin will probably put my number up there. So definitely don't hesitate to give me a call. If you get my voicemail, I've got to be on the loan or on the other line, because I'll never not answer my call, even if I'm in Costco on a weekend. All right. So take care. And you guys, thank you for those realtors that have referred clients to me. It's so much appreciated. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday and Happy New Year, and be safe out there.
Thank you, Debbie. Much appreciated.
Yeah, love.
Go ahead, Bill.
Kevin, I love Debbie's topic today, because that is an overlooked component to finance. And like Debbie said, and you hear this all the time, and you watch the financials, which I do. People's consumer debt is at an all-time high, but so is home equity. And so a lot of times we can help people, and it's what's called a blended rate. Even though you're paying off you're paying off all your credit card and absorbing it through some of the equity in your home. Yes, you're paying a higher interest rate on your home, but when you do the blended rate calculation, the cash flow opens up so much better for people. And people get just stuck on the fact that, oh, I'm paying, my interest rate is 3.75. But yeah, but you've got, X amount of debt, but you're paying 18-19% interest rate on. Then you have to kind of just run the math for them and show them on paper exactly what it does for them. But those seconds and all sorts of options that Debbie mentioned are just absolutely great tools for your clients, and even for you guys if you guys are in that situation. Debbie would love to help you.
And I took full advantage of Clearview Mortgage a couple months ago and did exactly what you guys are talking about, didn't I, Bill?
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Exactly. So I am. It's like the old commercials for the guy with the hair loss or whatever. I'm not just the president. I'm the client, right?
Well, let's get Raquel back on. Thank you so much, Debbie. We'll keep moving forward, and awesome.
Thanks, Debbie. All
You're
right.
welcome.
So we're going to bring the lovely Raquel on the line. Good morning, Raquel. How are you today?
Good morning. Lovely life in escrow. Sorry, I had to take a call and I didn't know I was up that quick for loan docs, of course. So, the life of escrow. Good morning,
right.
Everybody. Good morning, all you beautiful realtors out there. And of course, our management team on this last 2024 webinar.
Yeah.
Wanted to just take a moment and say thank you to everyone that has supported in Legacy Escrow this past year. Looking forward to another great 2025. I love the teamwork that we all put in together with Alta Realty Group, and I'm so blessed to be a part of that group with the Legacy Escrow on there. You guys have no idea how much you guys make my days and my months fly by with all the fun deals that you bring my way. And just wanted to give you a big shout out for saying thank you very much for this support, and hope that you guys have a great 2025. I know that this is all your year to shine, and with much success.
Thank you, Raquel. And you guys, if you haven't reached out and utilized the services of Legacy Escrow and Raquel Bauer, you're always able to get a hold of her with the contact information that I sent out with every replay and with every invite to these webinars. So easy to get a hold of Raquel.
Yes, and then for all those people that do listen to the replay, hello. Have a safe rest of the year, and look forward to the 2025 on that playback. I love those playbacks. Thanks so much for doing that, Kevin, because sometimes I can't get on the webinars and I do listen to them.
Oh, absolutely. And we get a lot of agents that that you can see the views on those. Some of them are quite extensive. So yeah, that's a really good resource that all of you have, is that YouTube channel. So thanks for
One last thing I want to just let you guys know.
Yeah.
Bill is like just a rock, man. Anything that comes our way with escrow or challenging addendums or counters or whatever with our escrows, let me tell you, the guy's a rock. He knows it. We get it done. And that's what I mean about the teamwork. So thank you, Bill, for always being that person, for the go-to person for me here at Legacy too.
You got it, my dear. It's always a pleasure to work with you.
Thanks so much. Now I got to go back to the escrow world.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Raquel. We really
You're welcome.
all
You're
you do
welcome.
for-
Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay. All right. So we are going to switch gears now, and I'm going to pull up a graphic I've got for our 2025. Oops, I don't even have my graphic up. Hold on. There we are. Okay, so as I alluded to at the beginning, our planning for the year is so paramount with what we do. And so, we really do have to take this time. Generally at the end of the year, you're either wrapping up deals, or you maybe are just, you've already wrapped up your deals for the year. This is a great time to do some kind of introspection and look at exactly what you're doing with your business. So my recommendation is you go through these simple steps. And I know a lot of agents, they think about a business plan and they're like, okay, that sounds great. I guess I probably need one. But I see so many agents that just don't do it. And I think it's very, very important for you guys to think of this as not just, some side thing. This is a full-fledged business. You're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs and businesses need a business plan. So the way that I think everybody should start is by creating that vision statement. And so your vision statement and or mission statement, there's little bits, they're kind of different. But the vision statement is basically, what is your vision for your business, right? What are you trying to attain? What goals are you trying to reach? So that is where you start. And so a vision statement can be anything like, I want my business to empower certain people. I want my business to cater towards, elderly people that don't understand real estate, or they don't understand how to, make the most of their finances with respect to the income in their home. So you could have a vision statement that's very, very specific. And so when you start with a vision statement, the rest of your business plan should be geared towards hitting that vision and creating that, your exact business that you want. So you've got to develop your goals, right? So setting your goals and your marketing initiatives, and summarizing, which strategies that you want to accomplish, or which strategies you want to employ to accomplish the goals, that is an important spot to start as well. So we're talking about, what kinds of marketing things you're going to do this year. And we talk about, throughout the year, we talk about a lot of different ideas, a lot of different strategies, but you can't do them all. You've got to stick with a few that you really, in your heart, that you can do these things. If you're just not a social media person, maybe that's not the strategy for you, right? So determining your unique selling proposition is basically, what is your competitive advantage? What do you bring that other agents possibly don't have? Maybe it's your enthusiasm, maybe it's, your dedication to, the crossing the T's and dotting the I's. So whatever your unique selling proposition is, you have to identify that, write it down. Don't just, oh yeah, I think I kind of do this. When you write these things down, you crystallize the thinking and it kind of becomes, ingrained. And so writing these things down or typing them out, whatever you do, that really helps you figure out exactly what you are going to do. And then you can go back to it and see it's written down. There's something about it. So going through this process is really, really important. So the next thing you want to think about in your business plan is determine the tools and the budget for each of the strategies, right? And so, we talk about doing things like Google Ads, doing mailers, doing social media advertising. So at the beginning of the year, right now, you want to pick which things you're going to go with. Assign a budget for each of these things. So you're not just, throwing darts into the wind. You have a very laser focused idea of what you're going to do to help bring business in. You're going to, focus on sphere of influence stuff. You're going to do probably some Google ads. You're probably going to do some farming. So, saying, okay, those are my 3 prongs. And then what are the individual things I'm going to do with those prongs, right? So once we have that in place and you say, okay, we're hitting January running, I'm going to start my Google ads. I'm going to start my my farming mailers and my sphere of influence, emails and or social media, however you're going to attack it. Once you do that, super important to measure the performance. And so all of our websites come with the ability to create Google Analytics. And so we can, have Google Analytics in the background on all of our websites. And that way you can start measuring, when you send out a certain piece or when you send out a new listing to your sphere of influence into the people in your CRM. You want to be able to say, yeah, I sent this out to 100 people and the traffic on my website spiked, or I got, X number of inquiries, or, this number of people got back to me, or I sent out mailers and I received 2 phone calls. Whatever it is, measuring that performance is a really important thing so you can actually, make the necessary changes when you go to 6 months down the line and you want to do some tweaking to whatever you're doing, right? So and I'll of course include all this for you guys. So the uh the example is like, okay, I did an Instagram post. I did it for 3 weeks. The post should gain 1,000 impressions and have a click-through rate of 1%, right? So when you are able to go back and analyze what you've done, that is crucial. So very, very important stuff. So and I'll let you guys go through all of the the SWOT analysis, and some of this stuff. It is just business 101. These things have been around forever. SWOT analysis, that's, looking at your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of your business. So, just because it's been around for a long time doesn't mean that, we don't use it anymore. It's, it's time to double down on these, analyzing our strengths and our weaknesses and our opportunities and our threats. So we need to, and again, you have to live within your means. You have to, plan. So we want to create a plan that is there for sustainable growth, right? So if you just throw out, $3,000 in the first month and just, Hail Mary, not a real good idea. I think, you want to spread that out over time. You want to have a very sustainable long-term plan, right? And then another just side note is, in your business plan, you want to definitely think about your mental health and wellness, and for for yourself and your team. So, you know, also spreading yourself too thin, or knowing that you're going to take on some of these marketing initiatives that you might not be able to actually pull off. you know those things are going to stress you out. They're going to be a weight on your mental health. And so you want to be tampering some of these ideas in your business plan with what is realistic, what's going to make me a happy person, right? So when you have that confidence, you're happy, that, goes out to everybody that you're with and your clients, and you can exude that, that Debbie Saccone positive attitude, right? So really, really cool to make sure while we're doing this stuff, we keep our mental wellness in mind. So, like I said, my my favorite marketing mix is to do the following. So, and we just have to have at least one strategy for the year. So if you don't have any strategies, use this strategy and you will get interactions with people, you will get interactions with clients. So step one, publish useful real estate information. It's all over the place. You can find it everywhere. We have our own, blogs that you can steal and use. And so the first step is to post that information. Put it on your blog. Do a blog post or do a social media post and put that information out there. It could be market snapshots, updates, it could be new listings, it could be just a basic just a kind of an evergreen piece about real estate in general. But being consistent and putting those information pieces out, that's the first step. So get that info, send it out to people and push it out through your CRM. Put it out to your in your mailers. Get that information out to people. So that is step one. You're doing a touch, right? You're touching many different people on social media or however you're doing email. And then step three is share a 1-minute video. Now this is, you don't have, this is like taking it to the next level, but share a 1-minute video of yourself. And you can do that a variety of ways. Zoom is probably the easiest. And create a quick video of you talking about that particular piece that you just sent out. It's just a little teaser. So you can then post that video on social media. You probably get engagement there, especially if you're, posing questions and you're being, you're evoking engagement in that way. So that's step four. Step five is dial for dollars. Start making phone calls, start sending text messages out. And these are just follow-ups to various people within your sphere of influence or on your list, and making sure that they saw that piece. Hey, just making sure that you got this information. So now that's another touch. So you're going to have about 3 or 4 touches in this strategy for, as many people as you can. But the personal outreach, that's not meant for every single person on your list. Unless you're a real rock star and you're going to call every single person, that's great. But the personal outreach step is generally for the people that are, your A-listers or the top of, your list in terms of they're down the pipeline of, looking for homes or looking to sell their home. So that's where that personal outreach, phone call, text message, or if you're a social media person, you could even do, like a Facebook, message or Instagram message. So, and and it has changed a lot over the years. So it is, some people are, you might know people that are very engaged in Facebook or on Instagram. And so maybe it's very conducive and okay for you to message those people, right? Other people, you know that they're never on social media. Like, you know, if you message me, I'm probably not going to see it for a couple weeks. You know, so you know, for me, if I'm your client, you want to send me a text or you want to call me, right? And again, email for me, horrible. I get, you know, 400 emails a day. So that is, if you just employ that particular strategy, you will get engagement. This is free. All of this that we just talked about is basically free, aside from, you know, paying for your CRM website system and so forth. But it's not very hard to do. And so I want everybody on this call to, if you don't have any strategies yet, this is your number one strategy to start 2025. So Bill, any big takeaways from this year's planning session for 2025?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, I always have takeaways, but you know, the new year is obviously, it's cliche to have new goals, new things, new ideas, new things to implement. You know, it's part of what we do here at Alta, is to keep providing new ideas, keep providing new ways for you guys to grow your business and to be effective. I know I've already started thinking about my personal goals for 2025 and what I'd like to get accomplished. And I really like this week between Christmas and New Year's. One, it's typically slower, and it allows us to have that thought of reflection. Whatever works for you, whatever you like to do, take some personal time, and you go, yeah, and I think go through that stuff. What did you do well in 2024? What didn't you do well? And be real honest with yourself. I know the things that I can improve on, and I know I'm going to work on that for 2025. And I think we can all have the year that we want to have if we are honest with ourselves and put the right energy into the places that we need to. And so those are a lot of really good points that you put there. We're here to help you guys next year, as always. We want to be a support person. We want to support you in all your different capacities. And we're just looking forward to a great 2025. I think it's going to be a better year than this year. And I think we should all be ready to take advantage of that.
For sure, Bill. So we are really excited. We want to thank all of you guys. You guys are what makes Alta, and we want to make sure that you guys feel the love from the team, from Raquel to Debbie to Bill to our recruiters. Don Kearney is a rock star. Tim and Abidan, the whole team here is here for you guys, and we just want to thank you guys for being part of Alta Realty Group.
Yeah, and so just a quick announcement too. Thank you for that, Kevin. That is so true. But so we're going to have a 2-week break. Next Wednesday would be Christmas Eve. So I don't think you'll find me near a computer. I will be the guy at the mall. That's where you'll find me if anybody wants to meet me. But the following, obviously, Christmas or Eve and New Year's are exactly 7 days apart. So we won't be doing a New Year's Eve webinar either. So we will come back January 8th, and we are already teed up with form. We're going to jump straight into it. So 2025, we're not going to waste any time. This is a webinar that I want everybody to try and be on if they can in the live. We always, really preach, trying to make it, all I know, all our regulars on here for the most part are here every Wednesday, and we really appreciate that. But it's so important to, that's one great habit you can do and keep doing in 2025, because we're going to get straight into the new forms and the new changes and things that are going to affect all of us in 2025. That is going to be on January 8th. And it possibly could be a 2-part series. depending on how much content we have to cover. But if we do, we don't like to, drag these things out because, everyone's bandwidth, including my own, we only can take so much information. So, but, let's get into it on January 8th. Let's show up, let's be ready, and let's kick some butt and get this stuff, dialed in. So we're prepared for our transactions that are coming in the new months to come, and we're ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for that, Bill. And thanks for all of the special Christmas wishes and Happy New Year's in the chat. So you guys get out there, make it a great week, make it end the year strong, make it a great year, and then let's come back next year full force and, like Bill said, kick some butt. So thanks a lot. Happy New Year. Adios.